but Uptown is not all adults. There are also youth in this neighborhood. There's a lot of youth in this neighborhood. There's a very vibrant youth community. There's a lot of organizations that are working with and for youth in this neighborhood, and we want to make sure that all the voices are represented. So the next speaker we're going to have is a high school student. He's actually just recently, like this week I think, last week, started at Crosstown High, the new Crosstown High first class. Yeah, congratulations. But he is a resident of Uptown. So without further ado, Isaiah Johnson.
Yeah. Good evening, my name is Isaiah.
Sorry.
I've been living in Memphis all my life, 14 years. We used to live down in Germantown. We stayed there for about 5 or 6 years. I have 2 brothers. They're not part of I'm the middle child, my big brother. He had cancer his right eye when he was 3. He survived. My little brother, he just aggravated. But yeah,
What about your grandma?
My grandmother, she was basically my role model when I was younger. She used to always stick up for me, and basically like she used to have me back everywhere, anytime, anywhere, anything. But she passed away 3 years ago, and that kind of like hurt me in a way, because she used to like, she's teaching me what I know now. She helped me become a man right now, and without her, I don't know where I'd be right now. But now, a few weeks back, I went to this camp called STK with my coach, and it helped me get closer to God. And yeah, it helped me get closer to God and helped me become. It's something I had to be respectful and independent. It was this one activity we had with the ropes, and basically what we had to do was we had to go down the zip line, and I was like really excited. So I thought I was like I'm gonna do this like real quick, like snap. When I got to the last part, I started to like get scared because it was like this small rope, and I was like, we hide this guy like up in the trees. I'm looking down. When I look down, I'm like, you expect me to jump? Like no. So I'm like getting nervous. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna sit up here. Like until nighttime. And I sat down, like, those were like small little plank. I sat down on it, and when I looked down, he said, you know what to do. I said, what you mean? And he started grabbing that rope. I said, no, don't do this, don't do it. And he pulled down the rope, and I started swinging down, and I was like, what was I so scared of? Like, it wasn't nothing. But basically, the more of it was basically like, we have to do trust fall as well. And basically, you put your trust into God, like, you won't fall, and stuff like that. And like it's like getting wobbly. That's basically life. Like you got your ups and downs and all that. Like, but you can't let nothing interfere with you. Like you gotta be yourself no matter what. And that's that story.
What about band?
Oh yeah, and band. I played snare drum in 8th grade, which is last year, with Hymnal Spiritual Academy. I played in the band. I was the station leader. And that taught me how to be responsible too, because they taught me like you have to be the leader of your group, and they taught me how to like be independent and help other folks to be responsible. Because like we didn't even get to perform because our station was like so bad they didn't want to listen to go on. It was certain people they wouldn't listen to it out. They sit them like do this, do that. They were like, no, we should do that. But when this one person came in, he was like, man, he had this like mean look on his face. Everybody just like stood straight, like he wasn't even there. And what else?
Favorite day at Oasis?
Oasis is a group. It's a camp in Memphis Then I go to where I used to attend during the summertime. Like, I used to be there Mondays through Thursdays. And we used to go there, like, this time I got connected with the camp I was just talking about. And we used to go there. We had Monday through Thursday. And we used to go places like almost every day, like to the movies, or we went to Memphis one time. And we went other places as well. So I think my favorite day was there was in Memphis because like it helped me. Well, it really helped me a lot, and it was my coach's birthday, so they made me go there too. And me and my friends, we doing the challenge, like who can make it to the top, because it was like a huge spot up there. And I made it to the top. One of my friends, he was like playing, so like, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. But he barely made it. He barely got his first feet up there. And when he got up there, like, he probably was like 5 steps. He said, my arm's tired. He just went down. One of my little friends, I call him my brother because like he really like runs with me. We have conversations with me. I haven't talked to a lot of people about. And he almost made it to the top. I tried to convince him to get all the way up there. He had like four more rushes on him. He said, no, he don't be able to do it because his arms like they were tired. And he took 2 or 3 breaks and he still couldn't pull it. But yeah, that's it. And another spot I went to was this is the last day we went to main event. There was another good place that we went to. Another like a sad place where we see the last day. And we played laser tag twice, and I don't know how to get it. I became MVP of both of them. And the second game, it really made me mad because like I'm the only, like me and some other person, we the only ones upstairs, everybody else downstairs. I'm coming from back up, like nobody just put me out. Like and the other team, they just some people upstairs, like they whole squad upstairs and downstairs. They had a whole game plan. We just came out like some loose chickens just running around. Like nothing. And we went bowling. I suck at dick. Like I can't go for nothing. I got 1 strike. The rest of them good about space. I like to play football, and I played football 2 years straight, and I'm still looking forward to playing it my sophomore year. I played for this team called the Memphis Tigers. You probably aren't familiar with them, but the first year I played, they didn't make it past the first round of the playoffs. And the first year I came, we made it, and I guess with my cousin, I guess played against him. But he's like on a whole other level, he way better than me. I was still talking trash, like, cause it's my big cousin, I look up to him too. But I'm thinking that, so I'm on defense, he on offense. I'm thinking that I'm about to like really stop him. They can punt the ball out to us. So he running at me, I'm backing up trying to distract him, like, you going to my house today? Bring your thing too. And he's so focused, he's like, oh, I'm from going. So after that, he grabbed my face mask and threw me on the ground. And I was like I was so ready to hit him, but I was like, no, it's just a ring down, so I can't do it. And my second year playing, I had to stick with my anger because I knew this was my last year. Because they went from the ages 5 to 12, yeah, probably 12. And I got an interception that game. I mean, this whole season, I ended up with 5 tackles. And every game, I averaged this 5 tackles, and I rushed for 80 yards in 1 game. And that's pretty much for my football season. But about this high school, going to Crosstown High, this is their first year opening, and I was really excited for it. Like, I wait for summer to get over. You don't really hear many kids say that because they just want to lay down and see them. But I'm in this group called AR/VR. It's like basically you're making VR games, virtual reality games, but with 360 view on YouTube. And you can just scan it off this barcode and off the wall. And when you pull up your camera, you go to it and like you can pull up YouTube for you, like automatically. And that's it. That's the word count. I believe in it.
So, I mentioned there are a lot of youth organizations, and Isaiah just talked about one, Oasis of Hope, but I wanted to kind of tell a story that didn't make it into one of our articles. And it's a story about another organization that works with youth and another organization that's faith-based as well. So I was having an interview with a guy from Grace Church. And Grace Church works in the neighborhood, a pretty grassroots, small congregation. And a lot of the work that they do is through direct relationships, hanging out with youth, cooking them dinner, things like that, and really getting one-on-one connections. So I'm in this interview, and the guy I'm talking to he's telling me the story about a youth who had actually experienced violence. He was a shooting victim here in the neighborhood. It's not all great, right? There's still some crime, there's still some violence in any neighborhood in the city. But this particular person was a youth, and it really rocked the community. And he and the other pastors of the church went up to the hospital where the young man was, and he was okay. He is okay. And the family, he was telling me this to tell me that he wasn't the head pastor, and he didn't particularly consider himself maybe the pastor for the community. But when he got there, the family was very adamant, like, these are our pastors, this is my person, and asking him to go back and to sit with the young man who had been shot. So he goes back there, he's talking to him, he's just telling me he loves him, he's praying with him, and the kid says, "I know you love me, Pops." And the man is telling me this story, and he starts to weep openly in an interview. I rarely see grown men cry, but it was so clear what this meant to him, that this child had called him by this honor that had been reserved for other people in his life, and the commitment to this neighborhood. When you talk to someone like him or any other folks, especially the folks who are working with kids, is so profound that a grown man a week later would be weeping openly at the office at Uptown over a child and connecting to that kid in his moment of vulnerability. So that was something I really wanted to write into a piece, and I wasn't able to for length. I had to edit it out, and it was such a poignant moment and encapsulated so much about Uptown to me and the dedication of the people here and the just real root